Carl Jung, one of the most significant psychologists of the 20th century, proposed a fascinating perspective on life's trajectory. He believed that the early decades of our existence are merely a prelude, a period of preparation rather than the main event. According to him, life genuinely begins at 40. Before then, we are simply gathering data, learning, and laying the groundwork. It's a striking idea that challenges conventional attitudes toward aging. Society often instills a fear of growing older, painting middle age as a time of decline, disorder, or crisis. Popular culture reinforces this notion, portraying midlife as a phase of existential turmoil, reckless choices, and desperate attempts to cling to youth. Yet, Jung offered a radically different viewpoint. What if this stage is not a crisis at all, but an awakening? What if, rather than signaling the end, it marks a new beginning? To grasp this idea, we must first consider what the initial 40 years represent. These early decades function as a period of exploration, a time to accumulate experiences, establish an identity, and navigate the world. It's an era of rapid growth, often shaped by the expectations and values of those around us. During this time, we wrestle with questions like, who am I? What should I do? What will bring me happiness? The answers we find often feel incomplete, leaving us yearning for something more. In these formative years, we are occupied with constructing careers, fostering relationships, and securing social validation. We work, struggle, and occasionally stumble, all in pursuit of success as defined by external standards. However, as Jung highlighted in Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious, this period is essentially groundwork, a research phase leading to something much deeper. As we near 40, a shift begins. The priorities that once seemed paramount, career achievements, societal approval, begin to lose their luster. We start to see that much of what we pursued was shaped by inherited definitions of success rather than our own. This realization can be unsettling, but it is also profoundly liberating. It signals the start of a transformative process Jung termed individuation, the journey toward becoming whole and living authentically. This transition is rarely sudden. It often starts with quiet, persistent questions. Is this all there is? Am I truly living the life I want? These thoughts may arise during a significant birthday, a professional milestone, or even in the stillness of a reflective evening. Once these questions take root, they don't fade, they intensify, demanding honest answers. Confronting these uncertainties can feel destabilizing, leading many to label it a midlife crisis. But Jung reframed this experience. What if, instead of a breakdown, it's a breakthrough? What if this stage, with all its doubts, shifts, and transformations, is precisely what we need to evolve into, who we were always meant to be? In Memories, Dreams, Reflections, Jung described midlife not as the beginning of decline, but as the onset of something more authentic and meaningful. To fully appreciate his perspective, we must examine how we approach the first half of life. In these early years, we focus on building what Jung called the persona, the outward identity we present to the world. This persona is shaped by cultural norms, societal expectations, and the roles we are encouraged to play. It helps us navigate social structures and establish stability, but it is not our full, true self. The problem arises when we mistake this constructed image for our actual identity. As we reach middle age, cracks begin to form in the persona. The roles we have played start to feel confining, and the dreams we once chased may lose their appeal. This is where the real transformation begins. Middle age is not about unraveling, it's about redefining. It's about reshaping our understanding of success and fulfillment on our own terms. Jung saw this period as an invitation to shed outdated definitions and embrace a more meaningful and authentic existence. This journey requires courage and introspection. It asks us to confront parts of ourselves that we may have ignored or suppressed. Yet, it is also incredibly freeing. For the first time, we are no longer living for external validation. We are living for ourselves. Jung described this phase as the true beginning of individuation, the process of integrating all aspects of our experiences, lessons, and past selves into a cohesive, authentic whole. This transformation does not happen overnight, nor is it without its challenges. The journey of individuation involves facing our inner shadows, those hidden fears, insecurities, and desires we often deny. In Man and His Symbols, Jung referred to this as the shadow, the aspects of ourselves we reject. While confronting the shadow can be uncomfortable, it is essential for personal growth. Only by acknowledging and accepting these parts of ourselves can we achieve wholeness. During middle age, our focus shifts inward. Instead of striving for external accomplishments, we seek internal fulfillment. The questions we ask evolve. What truly matters to me? What legacy do I want to leave? These deeply personal inquiries cannot be answered by adhering to external expectations. They require deep self-reflection and authenticity. Interestingly, neuroscience supports this shift. Studies suggest that as we age, the emotional centers of our brain become more balanced. We develop greater emotional resilience, react less impulsively, and approach challenges with increased wisdom. This newfound stability allows us to make choices based on genuine values rather than fear or societal pressure. We transition from living on autopilot to living with intentionality. However, this transformation is not without turbulence. Redefining oneself often involves letting go of old identities, relationships, or aspirations. This can be difficult, leading many to perceive it as a crisis. But as Brené Brown aptly noted, what we call a midlife crisis is often a dismantling, a necessary process of shedding who we thought we should be in order to embrace who we truly are. Though unsettling, this phase is a catalyst for profound growth. Psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl argued that the fundamental drive of human existence is the search for meaning. In midlife, this search intensifies. We no longer want to live according to someone else's blueprint. We crave a life that is personally meaningful. This means facing the fears that have held us back, the fear of judgment, failure, and the unknown. Yet, middle age offers a unique opportunity to confront these fears head-on and rewrite our narrative. This period is one of release, letting go of what no longer serves us and embracing what truly matters. Abraham Maslow called this process self-actualization, the realization of one's full potential. In middle age, this pursuit takes on a richer meaning. It is no longer about accumulating accolades, but about cultivating a life that feels aligned with our deepest truths. It is about authenticity, purpose, and fulfillment. Interestingly, studies show that individuals in their 40s and beyond often report higher levels of life satisfaction than those in their 20s and 30s. They feel more connected to themselves, less driven by external validation, and more attuned to joy and meaning. This is the hidden gift of midlife, the freedom to live life on our own terms. Jung believed that true liberation comes from embracing our complexity, the light and shadow, triumphs and setbacks, aspirations and regrets. To truly live, we must accept ourselves completely. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely, Jung wrote in the Red Book. Yet, it is also the most liberating. Middle age is not about mourning what has passed. It is about celebrating what has been gained. wisdom, clarity, resilience. It is a chance to construct a life that feels whole and real. It is a time to stop merely researching life and start fully experiencing it. In this sense, midlife is not the beginning of the end. It is the beginning of something far richer, deeper, and more authentic. And while the journey may be complex, it is undoubtedly one of the most rewarding paths we can take. Life doesn't just continue at 40, it truly begins.